You've probably seen reports that the DOGE team at the Social Security Administration both violated a court order and signed a data sharing agreement with a third-party political organization seeking to overturn state election results. That's bad. And in response, Democracy Forward filed a motion seeking discovery. What is discovery? Let's find out. So what is discovery? It's the legal process where both parties have to turn over relevant information. First, we have requests for productions, or RFPs, and those basically amount to give me documents. The next would be depositions. These show up a lot in movies and TV shows. You are deposing a person, interviewing a person under oath, but not in front of a judge.
I throw myself at the mercy of the deposition.
And then after depositions, we have requests for admission. An RFA is where one party, let's say in our case plaintiffs, tell the other party that they need to either admit or deny something. So it's a good way to get clarity on, really key, straightforward points. The last one is interrogatories, which we call RUGs. And interrogatories are basically all of these combined. That's mostly the universe of kinds of discovery that we work in today. So why does discovery exist? There's two main reasons. The first is that it prevents powerful actors from hiding evidence, which is bad, and it ensures fairness in the litigation process. The second is that in a lot of situations, discovery is the only way for parties, especially plaintiffs, which means in this case, us, to find out what's actually going on behind the scenes. So if there were no discovery, it would be extremely difficult for plaintiffs to succeed in their case. So how does this apply to our case? Let me show you. So our case is about preventing DOGE members from accessing incredibly confidential, sensitive, personally identifying information maintained by the Social Security Administration. When DOGE descended on Social Security, it immediately sought full access to all of those, and that's why we ended up in court. In this case, we got a temporary restraining order from the district judge, keeping DOGE out of that data. We then got a preliminary injunction, which is a longer lasting TRO, basically. But that doesn't mean that the case is over. Another thing we learned is that in March of last year, they started sharing SSA data, again, some of the most sensitive, confidential information that there is, on a third-party server called Cloudflare that is not hosted on government servers, is not authorized for use by the government, and in the government's own words, when used in this way, violates existing SSA data security policies. That's really scary. And that sort of brings us to the point of this video, which is, why does discovery matter? Discovery matters because, for a lot of reasons, but especially right now, because it allows plaintiffs to seek accountability from the government when public data and indeed elections and democracy are at stake, because no one is above the law. And that is why discovery matters.